Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard, live downtown Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Busy program lined up over the next 3 hours. Derek Stevens in studio a little bit later on. We'll talk college football with Paul Stone in 90 minutes. Mr. Las Vegas, Anthony Curtis in studio. And it is Frozen Frenzy Day today in the National Hockey League. Jonathan Davis and Best Bets with 16 games on the slate coming up in 30 here on the program. Pauly, we are 4 hours away from game number 4 of the World Series. And I think everybody is still on a high from the game that ended at past midnight out here in the West Coast. How'd that taste, East Coast? Tell me again how it's better to watch sports on the East Coast rather than out here. 3 a.m. special delivered right to your house on a Monday night. That was a doozy, and we can't wait to see what the hell's going to happen in this game tonight. But that, on so many levels, was just instant classic, as good as it gets, and we got to do it all over again tonight.
Love it. One of the best games ever with the drama and what happened. The guys, Yamamoto's going to come into the game. Snell asked multiple times to come in. He was denied. Bieber was coming into the game. There was no one left. It was fantastic. And to think that Mookie Betts had a great quote. I think Klein's the MVP. Outside of Ohtani reaching base 9 times.
Yeah, right.
But the longest performance in 4 years for Klein. And every time they came back, they said, how much do you have left? He goes, whatever you need. Whatever you need, I'm going to go. And he gutted through it and went 4 innings. And he was awesome. And another reason why they won as well, 6 outs on the bases, 609 pitches, second longest game of all time. I believe this game was longer than the entire 1939 World Series in its entirety.
Yeah, why not?
So I can't. I also love that they did an extended post game, which I couldn't believe. But A-Rod was making the case because of what happened. He was so good, the stolen base, then he came off the bag, that he would push Ohtani back to Game 5. But they're not going to do that. But what Schneider's doing and the performance that he had, I just can't get enough of what happened last night. And you're right, now we roll on today and see what happens in the Blue Jays season on the line.
So think about this for a second. I got this message wee hours of the morning from a huge Dodger fan who lives in Los Angeles. And he goes, think about it like this. Ohtani reached base 9 times. He was 4 for 4, had all those walks, 2 home runs, and yet he has to take third fiddle to Will Klein and Freddie Freeman. And I said, that's a very strong comment. I don't think I can get there with that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because he's the reason why they were in the game.
Yes.
But also, you just have to say exactly what you said. Like Will Klein, I mean, that was an unbelievable gut job that he pulled last night.
72 pitches.
Yeah.
He threw 56 in 2021. That was his
remarkable,
high.
Man.
Yeah, that was his high. And all the guys who are, and again, the Dodgers, the opponents are 2 for 37 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position.
Also, but I have to say this too.
Yep.
I hope, like in history, it's not forgotten that Tommy Edman was Akeem Olajuwon out there last night playing defense.
Yeah.
He made 3 different plays that were like run-saving, spectacular defensive, like we're talking about the Wizard of Osgood out there, Ozzie Smith. Mm-hmm. It was one right after another with those throws that were absolutely pinpoint, his hustle, the way that he was like the baseball IQ out there last night playing defense from Tommy Edman was something that I don't think I will ever forget as long as I still, in functioning. And people can't. I know it's like defensively, and it's not Ohtani hitting those 2 bombs, but without those plays, I don't think the Dodgers win the game. Like, he was that good.
Yeah. Totally
unsung, and he's lost because of everything else that took place.
Yep. 12 total bases, 9 times on base, 4 extra base hits, 4 intentional walks. No other players put up those numbers over a span of 2 games, let alone 1, regular or postseason. The other one, as we keep talking, I'm sure you talk to your buddy, Dodger fans will argue they should have more championships because of Dave Roberts. And Dave Roberts tried to give that game away. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Why would you pinch hit for Kike Hernandez for Rojas just to bunt and give up an out after the leadoff double? That doesn't make any sense. And then Pages, who at least can hit a fly ball, you pinch hit for him with Call, who hasn't played since October 13th. Stupid.
Well, I see Roberts and I can Ray Schneider.
Taking everyone out? Yeah,
there's a lot.
That's the other thing you have to factor in. You have to factor in, what if this goes 14, 15 innings? Oh, my God, I'm bleeped. And that's what happened to Schneider, too.
So here, I'll run down everything, see if I missed anything here. He pulls Barger and Kirk from a game in which he lost Springer and pulled Bichette. There's also this. Again, he was batting fourth, by the way, and then IKF has to come in and bat cleanup. Pitching to Ohtani in the seventh. I mean, after that, he's like, okay, we're never going to throw anything close to this guy ever again. Pulling Bassett after 8 pitches. Lauer after 68 when he threw 90-plus pitches several times over the course of the season.
Very good.
Right? So I think both guys.
Very good.
And it's difficult. Like, how long's the game going to go? We have no idea. But you have to plan for that kind of stuff.
Hernandez was 2 for 5. He's a great postseason.
That I did not like at all.
He's a great postseason player.
Yes, he is, Paul.
He's a good bat. Let him swing, at least. But the pinch hit for him, to Rojas, the bunt, was stupid. And then you hit for Pages, who is Mr. Fly Ball, Dodger fans will tell you. And again, Call hadn't played since October 13th. Ridiculous. In any event, it worked out for him, but it was just crazy and madness now. And now the door's open for props. What happens today? Can Ohtani do it again? And do you believe Schneider? Do you just take him at his word now?
That's what it comes down to, right?
That's right.
Because how many times, like in certain sports, we're like, okay, I got to bet these props because the manager is saying something here. And then, oops, it never plays out like that. But after walking him consecutively that many times last night, I mean, one shop here in Las Vegas had almost minus 1,500 for him to draw a walk tonight.
Well, good job putting it up. I think they walk him to lead off the game.
Intentionally or just walk or pitch around him? Like Bieber goes out there and he's like, okay, I'm going to pitch to you.
See if you get yourself out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to throw you 4 bad pitches, and if you swing, you swing.
Think about this now. His walk prop's 2.5. If Schneider says they're going to pitch, they're not going to pitch to him every single time the rest of the series, a close game, assuming it's not a blowout, well, then, there's 2 walks right there. And if he only come up with his 1 walk, or you can, maneuver it and buy it down to 2. So there's your 2 right there, and then bet all the under stuff with Ohtani. If he's telling the truth, and why wouldn't he?
Right.
And if they're just going to walk him every single time.
Right. And it makes a lot of sense, right? Because, I mean, it took a lot last night for the Dodgers to beat them. And the Blue Jays had their chances several times. Hello, bases loaded against Clayton Kershaw. What about that move? And it worked out for Roberts.
I give him a lot of credit. It was a full count. Good job. It was risky, but Kershaw got it done. I know.
And that's the only batter that he faced, by the way.
Yep.
That's another one, too. If he doesn't put him in there, how long does Kershaw, in a different spot, later in the game, does he get to pitch 2 or 3 innings?
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get enough of it. I mean, you're looking at Yamamoto, who just threw a complete game. He's coming out for the 19th.
Yep.
And then Bieber, who's starting today, was coming out, possibly. He was warming up for the Blue Jays. And then the Snell stuff is awesome, too. So how long was Yamamoto go? What if it went 21 innings, 22 innings? But that's why I have to bet the outs prop over with both guys. They need them to go deep. They have to get outs. They have to save them. There's a game tomorrow.
Right.
They have to save the bullpen. But I guess if something happens to Bieber, you're going to try to get 3 or 4 innings possibly out of Bassett, which you could probably do as well.
8 pitches, of course. You have to. So Ohtani to get a hit tonight. Shop around as always. On the no, you can find around plus 135, plus 140. Is that worth a bet in your opinion?
No. I want everything under with Ohtani.
That's what I said. Under 1 hit.
Got that, yes.
Under half a hit.
Yeah.
I bet
and bet total bases. What else?
Total bases as well.
I did total bases.
I want to bet over walks, but the prices are... And here's another thing, too.
Yeah.
I don't know the house rules at a lot of these spots because I don't know where to find it, to be honest. Some of them do not grade intentional walks as an actual walk. So be careful with that. Know your house rules in this spot tonight.
Yeah, that's a good job out of you.
Yeah, because I think
that got me last night, too. I bet longest made field goal under 52.5 yards. One book graded it a winner. Another book said no action.
Oh, because there wasn't a field goal?
Yeah.
That should be a winner.
Absolutely.
That stings.
That doesn't make sense to me either.
I agree with you. Yeah, I'm on your side on that one big time. Also, how about no home run on him tonight?
Okay.
Now you got to lay minus, almost $3 on that.
But all this blows up if it's a 7-1 game. And Schneider's like, well, the hell with it now, in any direction. You're not going to walk them if you're up 6 runs or 5 runs. You can't put ducks on a pond. You got to make them earn it. But if the Dodgers are blowing them out, he might just wave the flag and say, what's the difference? It kind of like Shoemaker when the Marlins were out of it. And they're like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna respect the game and pitch to him.
Right.
When he hit 3 home runs or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was looking for alternate hits as well to go under. So stations here in town under basically under 2 hits or under 1.5 hits is like minus $5 for Ohtani at the plate. Westgate has, will he have 2+ hits? The no is minus 330. I laid 330 today.
Yeah.
I'll take Schneider at his word for that one.
Yeah.
That he's not going to come up to the plate and they're going to give him enough to hit more than once. If he does get a hit in the game, then he's got to get 2 to beat me. If he's telling the truth, I'll take the no on that. It's a lot of juice to lay, but...
Well, and then like, you know, we'll show this later, but what the viewers did, like the total bases under, the Ohtani walks, and then Bieber walks over. And then you add another one on there, and then you're looking at a pretty good return if that happens. So they're going to... He's Superman, absolutely, what they're going to do. This is incredible.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right?
Can he steal a base to make him pay for it, though?
He's pitching.
Yeah, I know.
So I would be careful with that. I don't know if he's going to be...
Because that was an aggressive slide when he... Yeah, but he came in hot and popped off the bag. The last thing you want is him to get hurt.
It's a good throw, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
To be on point like that.
Tough. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be running tonight to steal a base with him on the mound. Maybe I'm wrong.
Would you have moved him back to Game 5?
That's
a good point by
It would have been in
A-Rod.
my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate with the language barrier as well that you just didn't, after the post game, it's just through the interpreter, well, I'm just going to go home and get a nap in and sleep. You'd like more than that from a soundbite or what he's thinking, but
I know.
That's unfortunate as well. But can't wait. It's awesome. It's so good. Oh, incredible.
Maybe he's Kikuchi and he needs 13 hours of sleep and he didn't get it last night.
How about great job by Dodger fans? Most of them stuck around.
Here we go again with the Chiefs. I will tell you how high they are in power ratings at VSiN.com and different ways to add this team to your portfolio moving forward.
Did you know your credit card points and miles can lose value to inflation? Credit card companies often reduce the redemption value of your points and miles. Now, imagine a credit card with rewards that can grow in value. With the Gemini credit card, you can earn Bitcoin or one of over 50 other cryptos instantly with no annual fee. Every swipe at the store or gas pump earns you instant rewards deposited straight to your account. Plus, sign up now for a $200 Bitcoin bonus to kickstart your rewards. Visit Gemini.com/card today. Check out the link in the description for more information on rates and fees. Again, if you're looking to invest in Bitcoin but don't know where to start, the Gemini credit card makes it easy.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
We'll get to the Chiefs here momentarily. You can always tweet the show at VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Pauly Howard. This is Kevin, who says, Mitch, been listening to VSiN since 6:39 a.m. Not a single mention of the managerial blunder taking Bichette and Kirk out for pinch runners. With Springer on the pine, what could he have been thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Roberts, I tweeted it immediately. What's Roberts doing? This is all-time bad.
Mm-hmm.
As one guy said, it was the worst 5 minutes of his career, how bad it was, what he did there in that situation. Atrocious.
And he got away with it because they won the game.
He did. So I went to bed. After the game, Ohtani was minus 290 to win the MVP. I woke up, he was $4. When I went to bed, Freeman was 9-1. Now he's 14. And Kirk, who's hitting 500 in the series, is down to 12, and Vlad's 10. Do we have another Connor McDavid situation here? I mean, if this goes 7 and they're going to walk him all the time.
Yeah, I mean, because how valuable is a player, and let's say the game goes 7, like you just said, the series goes 7 games, and he has an intentional walk 12 more times. Yeah, that's pretty freaking valuable. Right?
Yeah.
They don't want anything to do with a leadoff hitter, by the way.
Yes.
So that to me is like, give them the award. I don't care if they lose in 6 or 7 games. We are watching Michael Jordan right now. And I tweeted that out last night, and people were like, are we talking about Ohtani or Mahomes? I'm like, good point. Maybe both guys, but definitely with Ohtani. And how special he is, man. He's the best baseball player of all time.
Well, Michael Jordan would never do that in a big game. Mahomes has had 2 awful Super Bowls.
Well,
I will say that. But yeah, I'm with you with Ohtani.
Yeah,
no
football
doubt.
And baseball are more of a team game than basketball. But regardless, I mean, it doesn't matter. Kirk is live, for sure. Has to be.
Right. What he's doing, he's been unbelievable. So it's now up to $4. Who knows where this goes tonight? I mean, then he's been so good on the mound. So going back, he's reached base safely in 13 straight home games. We ran it down at the dish and all his props. On the mound, he's 3-0 with a 1.14. in his last 6 starts with a 46-8 strikeout to walk ratio. And I think, if he wants to go 6 or 7, they'll certainly allow it, and they'll love it. And you can have Sasaki come in for an inning or two, and he was off. His control was all over the place. So that's, and then you got the props with what his K props are at: 17.5 outs, 6.5 Ks, 4.5 hits allowed. I'd have to go over because this offense is so good with Toronto.
Sure. Okay, so what about this scenario? Ohtani on the mound goes 6. 2 hits, 10 Ks. I'll say 8, 9, 10 Ks, but allows nothing. At the plate, 4 intentional walks. Bullpen blows it. Blue Jays win the game. Tied at 2 apiece. Where does Ohtani go in the MVP market?
What happens with Toronto?
They win the game outright.
I mean, offensively, I'm saying.
Kirk and Vladimir are okay, but they're nothing amazing. I think he's got to go to like minus 1,000.
Yeah.
Even if they lose the game under that scenario.
Interesting. I think he'd go up a little bit. I don't know if he'd go up that much.
Yeah, maybe not that much.
And then Game 5 would be your big boy. What happens?
How about Yamamoto? Like you said, that's just unbelievable.
He just threw a complete game. He's ready to come in.
Come on, coach, put me in.
Give me the ball. Great job by Snell too, demanding it several times. And they said, no, you can't. You're throwing Game 5.
Yeah,
okay. Gotta have you. And then Klein as well. What do you need? I'll give you whatever you need. I'm ready to go. And he's on fumes throwing 72 pitches.
Very cool.
The big boy. Let's go.
Yeah, this is Blue Jays manager John Schneider talking about how they're going to approach Ohtani.
Mound visit, it's we're trying to pitch around him. You know what I mean? And you trust Sir Anthony to make pitches to do that. And sometimes for pitchers, it's hard to do that. When you're kind of trying to throw a ball and didn't put it where you want to put it. But he had a great game. He's a great player. But I think after that, you just kind of take the bat out of his hands.
Okay. Again, is like what level of truth is that?
Yeah, it's a good point, though, about when you're trying to pitch around someone, you can still make a mistake. Very true. I mean, obviously, you should have walked him in the 7th inning or pitched around him. The other one, there was another quote where he's flat out asked if this is a game plan, were you going to put him on? And he said yes. Now, to me, you can't bet the Dodgers to win the series. I've seen as high as $6. You bet Ohtani to win the MVP. Over 5.5 games now is minus 170. And Toronto, if you want to lay a game and a half with the Dodgers, it's minus 210. But I will believe him. But it also, score dictates what happens. I think you pitch to him if it's a blowout in either way.
That could happen.
Either direction, yeah.
Sure. That changes things at that point. By the way, John Smoltz, who I love, I know every commentator gets blasted from some people, and I've seen that plenty with John Smoltz. I think the guy's awesome.
Yeah,
and last
great.
night,
I think he's great.
He pointed that out last night. He's like, you cannot give him a pitch down the middle. He's like, it's almost Captain Obvious here. That's me now talking, but he goes, you can't put a pitch down the middle. What are we doing here?
Come on. How about the home run off Scherzer? How do you get the hands in like that and then pull it what he was able to do?
I know.
I also thought Smoltz was on the money when Call was up. It's 2-0. How about the squeeze?
Okay.
In the game right there.
Yeah.
You're going to get a good pitch. Ohtani's on deck.
Okay. Fair, totally, yeah.
You're not going to have that guy that, is not well known, who hasn't played since October 13th. They're not going to walk him. He's going to get a cookie or a hittable pitch on 2-0. And you bunt, the safety squeeze, it's all over. You go home. Oh. That was another one, too. I think, Smoltz is fantastic.
All right, updated power ratings, National Football League after last night as well. With the sports equinox going on. God, how good it was last night. Steve Makinen's power ratings, Kansas City, number 1. 1 point better than Detroit. 2 points better than the Colts and the Rams. And he's got the Packers checking in next, then the Bills, Eagles, Seahawks, Broncos, and Ravens all tied around the same number. About 4 points back of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Great job second half defensively. And again, it's so frustrating where I'm dating myself, but I know Mitch and a lot of people our age in the mid-40s will get this reference. Mahomes plays the game like Tecmo Bowl. Remember when you would play Tecmo Bowl and you take the quarterback and you pretend to run and you dance right at the line of scrimmage and you go, the defender, and then it's up, I just dump it off. Mm-hmm. That's what Mahomes does. If you're going to commit, if you're going to come up, I'm going to dump it off. If you fall back, I'm just going to take off and run. And he can scramble for 10 yards, or if you come up and try to worry about the run, he's just going to dump it off over the middle and get 20. It's ridiculous what he did in the second half.
Yep.
It's too good. He plays it just like Tecmo Bowl.
Yep. So we have the right, as everybody does, to change your opinion or your numbers on a team over the course of the season. And I was like way off on this team to begin the year. And I said, look, when they were losing those games to start, they didn't have the same kind of BS luck going their way as they did for the entire regular season last year. I thought they were, everybody knows this, right? They were a fugazi 15-2 last year.
Oh, they know it too.
Oh, they know it as well.
Yeah,
although they made the Super Bowl.
It's a Mike Tirico quote. We feel better where we're at now 2 weeks ago than we did when we were 15-2 in the 1 seed.
Exactly right. They are, right now, in my opinion, clearly a better football team than they were last year. Clearly. And the defense is a big reason why. But also, Mahomes now, I think, after losing the Super Bowl and getting all of his guys back, they're absolutely humming on offense. You texted me a couple of weeks ago. We talked about this. Grab them right now to win the Super Bowl. We did. Did you bet them to be the 1 seed now?
Yes, 5-1.
That's a pretty decent number, I would think.
Well, 3 losses.
Tough schedule coming up, too.
Yeah, you go to Buffalo, you go to Denver, you play the Colts, you go to Dallas. I don't think they punt against the Cowboys, but still.
Now, so we got the pizzeria coming up a little bit later on.
Yep.
And we'll go over a bunch of cross-sport parlays at that time. Is it, in your opinion, is it a better idea right now, if you want, for people who missed out on any Chiefs futures, right? And now it's maybe they're plus 450 to win the Super Bowl. My God. So they don't want to maybe lay that or grab that number or grab like half of that to win the AFC. Do you think cross-sport parlays, including the Chiefs to win the AFC, is a good idea? Or maybe Super Bowl exact is right now, and the team that you focus in on is KC out of the AFC. And then you can go just exacta matchups. I'll go Chiefs, Rams. I'll put together Chiefs, Lions, Chiefs, Eagles, and maybe Chiefs, Packers. Of course, you can lose all those bets. I get that.
One reason why the 1 seed is priced that way, they're only $1.30 to win the division.
True.
And Denver's got a doable schedule coming up. But yeah, I think still putting them in there with futures is a great way to attack it. Now, if you want to use the exacta, okay. I could argue the NFC's wide open, but win the Super Bowl, win the AFC, all of it.
Right, sure.
And then, tie it into the other stuff you want to do.
And look, I only rattled off 4 NFC teams there. Like I said, you could lose all those because it might be Chiefs, Seahawks. I don't know. Your team, Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Right? If they get healthy enough to make a run.
Yeah. I think his MVP odds, though, are a little ridiculous.
No, come on. They're still stupid. He threw 2 bad passes last night that got picked off.
Sports Equinox is here. Celebrate the best time of the year for bettors with the VSiN Sports Equinox special. Sign up now. Full VSiN Pro access. Everything we do through May 1st for only $120, less than $20 a month. Every best bet, every host, every guest. The DK and Circa splits, the AI-driven prop projections, and matchup tools, the on-demand video with all the dog videos as well. Limited time offer, college basketball guide as well. Lock it in. VSiN.com/subscribe. Get it today. Less than $20 a month.
All right. Yesterday was the Sports Equinox. Today is the Frozen Frenzy. Games are starting every 15 to 30 minutes. And up next, we'll tell you about a team on an incredible run to the over in the first period. That's next here on Follow the Money.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So we do have the Frozen Frenzy going on today. National Hockey League. Starting in about 90 minutes. A game's going to, they'll drop the puck. It'll be like 15 or 30 minutes. And VSiN's very own NHL betting analyst, Jonathan Davis, joins the program now, and he is on the Progressive Guest Line. JD, good to talk to you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Guys, I'm in Toronto right now. And I will tell you, I miss being out west, especially on a night like last night when, as I told Pauly, I crapped out in the 15th inning.
Yeah, I know. West Coast is the best coast.
Can't kill you.
No debate.
It happens.
By the way, so you're in Toronto, but you were busting my chops, and I must point this out for the audience. I have a beautiful Toronto Maple Leaf sweater on today. I'm not a fan. Here's the deal. I wanted to celebrate this hockey day today, right? And I went to a game. I can't believe it's been 10 years ago now. My wife has a bunch of family up in Toronto. We went to a game. It was the middle of the week during the holidays. Place is absolutely packed. Came out. And we went to like their, merchandise store right next door. Biggest store I've ever seen in my entire life. And this thing was like a magnet to me. And I was like, oh my God, what is that? Look at that bad boy. I mean, you have to admit that this is a good looking sweater, even though you're not a Maple Leafs guy. That's what you're telling me?
Oh, no, I can't. I mean, look, I was born in Montreal, so that's kind of like, USC, UCLA. Like, you hate Toronto growing up. Absolutely hate them. And still have no affinity for the Maple Leafs. And as I've said to you guys over the years, they've had a team that likes to win and doesn't hate enough to lose.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't be caught dead in this thing, even though it makes a homeless person look like Brad Pitt.
Absolutely not.
Wow,
not a chance.
Okay. So I teased before the break. You have a good angle tonight on a first period over, and that's what I think our audience loves to get involved with, right? They love the instant gratification. Mm-hmm. Which teams are we talking about here?
Well, Vegas and Carolina. I mean, Vegas is 7-2 this year to the first period over. I think there's something like, 16-4, 16-3 going back to last year in the month of October. And Carolina, 4 straight overs in the first period, and that's ever since they lost their best defenseman, Brett Pesce. So it shouldn't be a big shock, or I'm sorry, Jacob Slavin it is. So they're missing one of their top blue liners. Overs have been the trend for them. So yeah, I love that first period over tonight with Vegas, Carolina.
Is Utah for real? Are you buying this start?
Well, I thought they'd be one. I thought they'd be one of the teams that didn't make it last year that would make it this year. Just 2 losses on the record. Look, the talent, super young talent up front, for sure. They've got a goaltender that I would say that there are a handful of goalies that I would want for one game and one game only, and they've got that in Karl Vejmelka. I mean, this guy went through a stretch last year. I think he started like 30 of the last 31 or 32 of the last 33 games last year, and like 29 or 30 in a row. So yeah, I believe in them. They've got so many weapons up front, and Nick Schmaltz, who you couldn't pick out of a lineup. Pauly leads the NHL or tied for the NHL in scoring on a team that's got guys like Logan Cooley, who's got 7 goals and like 5 in the last 3 games. That guy, Logan Cooley, had 3 goals and an assist in the first 7.5 minutes of a game, like 2 or 3 games ago.
What are you thinking with props in that game? And again, get to the website. As always, Davis has more action than a John Wick movie. What are you thinking here with all these props?
I tried to tame it down. I went more, with Clayton Keller's got like 3 goals in 3 games against Stuart Skinner, the Edmonton goalie. Connor McDavid's has had success, 5 goals in 5 games against Karl Vejmelka. So I like both those guys to score tonight. And then with players like Gunther and Cooley as well, and Schmaltz, shots on goal props are the way I'm looking at it for that one.
I think some hockey bettors are paying off their mortgages by betting Islanders games to go over. What's the deal here with this team?
Yeah, very leaky on the blue line. They, a lot of vets back there that are starting, they're starting to age, and their goalie, Ilya Sorokin, who had been one of the better goalies a couple of years ago, has struggled, and so much so that, they fired their goaltending coach early in the season. But they've gone over in, I think, all but 2 games this year. Their history with the Bruins is 7 of 10 have had at least 7 goals or more. You're getting a total at 6.5. This one actually opened, I think, at 5.5 and quickly got bet up. But the over is definitely the play in this game. And I would even look to the first period over as well.
So the Islanders have been involved with 2 games so far this year that the final score was 4-2. Either way, 1 win, 1 loss. Other than that, the scores have been 4-3.
There was a 6.5?
Yeah.
Until we said, oh, man, okay.
Yep.
Got that.
4-3, 5-2, 5-4, 4-3, 7-2, 4-3.
Man, they should call me. I'll
and the
straighten out
Bruins
the
have given up 7 on their own 2 of the last 3 games.
Yeah. Yep. How about Mike Palmer's touting this team? Devils, 8 in a row in Colorado tonight. Give me your take on New Jersey, if they can continue this, and what do you think tonight with some props and betting angles?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm very surprised because I think, guys, when I was back in at the beginning of the season, I had picked the Devils as one of the teams that I didn't think would make it this year. I thought there would be regression. Jake Allen has been the guy that's carried the load to start the year because Jacob Markstrom's been out. Markstrom makes his return tonight. I'd be a little cautious. For me, Colorado, I think it's a good spot for Colorado. I'm not interested in laying the -150. Maybe play the team total with Markstrom coming back. But from a prop angle, like Arturi Lekin of the Avalanche has scored the first goal in back-to-back games. I like him. Brock Nelson has had success in scoring against New Jersey. And then there's a rookie for New Jersey, and you may need to do a little research on it, but his name is Artemi Gricic. And he's had over 1.5 shots on goal, I believe now in 4 straight games. He plays on the Devils' second line. He plays on the second power play. It's only -108. I think that's really good value.
I'll tell you this about Colorado. When you watch them play, obviously, again, the speed just jumps off the TV. And when you look at the box scores, I mean, some of their games are just absolutely even in like losses. The Carolina game, they're down 4-1. They lost 5-4 in a shootout. They outshot Carolina like 48-30 in that game. They're capable of just outshooting the other team and peppering the net with shots on goal by like a 10, 15 plus like puck margin, like in some of these games against good teams, by the way. I think that could be a freight train this year.
Yeah, they can. And the over has been a really good trend in this matchup as well. They got to 7 last game. And you want to talk about fast teams. I will say New Jersey, going back to Mike Palm and touting the Devils, they are one of the fastest teams that I've seen. And as long as Jack Hughes stays healthy, they're definitely in a good spot to make a playoff run. Still don't know if I trust their goaltending, but for the season, yeah, they could challenge Carolina for the top spot.
A get-out game? 7:30 Pacific, Montreal and Seattle. How about the first place Canadians? A lot of our listeners in Canada think that Montreal can do something.
Well, they may be the most exciting team in the Eastern Conference to watch. Super fast, very talented. They could have the Rookie of the Year for the second straight year with Ivan Demidov. I think it's 3 assists in the last couple of games. The history between these two teams has been overs. They played an over about 2 weeks ago in Montreal. And then you've got the Jakub Dobeš factor for the Canadians. It's now 18 of 22 games that he has started his career that he's given up the first goal. He will start tonight. I mean, he's been outstanding, though. I mean, his goals against average, I think, is below 2. So, if he does give up the first goal, I will definitely hop on Montreal at a plus money price if I can get it, if they go down 1-0, because right now it's about a -115, -120. I think they are the better team. So I'll wait on that. Hope Seattle scores first, and then I would jump on the Canadians.
All right, little live betting tip there from JD. As Pauly was saying, we get messages all the time from Canada. The email is ftm@vsin.com, and some people have been saying, this goes back like last week. You guys, they're absolutely for real, the Canadians. Time to grab them like 10, 12-1, maybe higher to win that division. When I went and looked, it was like those numbers were gone. It was like plus 550 in the 6-1 range. Your thoughts over there on that current number?
Yeah, well, look, especially when you see the way Tampa has started, the Leafs are having their struggles, especially with, Austin Matthews is having troubles scoring because he doesn't have Mitch Marner to get him the puck. Florida, they don't care about winning the division. Mitch, you had asked me about Detroit about a week or so ago. They're still hanging around. Yeah, Montreal can. I mean, it's interesting just to see if Jakub Dobeš can continue to be, he's now taken over as the number 1 goalie. And if he can continue to put up these numbers, sure, Montreal is live. Their blue line is, I would say, is as good as anybody's in the NHL right now. And they're just very unheralded.
Today, we can all agree on this, right? Today's an awesome day in the NHL. Here on a Tuesday, the Frozen Frenzy. Who's not going to like this? Drop the puck in about an hour and 20 minutes. It's going to be every 15, 30 minutes.
It's great, but look, if you've got like a quad box that you can watch the game on, that's great. I just wish this was a weekend type setup as opposed to during the week.
All right, you can always get Jonathan Davis's best bets on the hockey card at vsin.com. Follow him on X at West Coast Hockey. Thanks, pal. Enjoy the games.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Yep. Win lose next. NBA card as well. This team is 3-16 straight up, 4-15 ATS in this scenario going back to last year.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were
you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Monday Night Football, first touchdown, Kareem Hunt, 20-1. 2 touchdowns, 30-1. That was a nice opening drive by Washington. I was thinking Ertz, Mariota, anytime. First touchdown, damn. Deebo Samuel, catch the ball.
I know it.
Terrible. And the mistakes thereafter. Scoreless quarter, though. As a result, 3-1. And the nice pick by Lattimore.
Well, how that game started both ways, right? That's a dream scenario for underbettors.
That's right. Yep. And he can come back and play over 34, 33 and a half, whatever, and get that middle. Ohtani to go deep twice, 12-1. Hernandez, first home run, 11-1. Kirk to go deep, 6-1. Hernandez anytime, plus 450. Freeman, home run, plus 375. Am I drawn dead? He hits an unbelievable moment, big-time home run, and I'm still like 14-1 MVP.
No, I mean,
he's going to have to do something crazy the next 2 days.
You need Ohtani to give up like 6 earned runs in 2 innings tonight. That'd kind of help your case,
right.
maybe.
Well, at least Freeman broke out of it. He's been solid now the last couple of days. Will a game go 11 innings or longer? Yes, 3-1. Walk-off also cashed. So anti-fun guy gets buried on a couple props. NBA.
Oh, hold on. Did you lose all 3 of those props in one game?
No, it hasn't been a triple yet.
No triple.
No triple yet. I lost 2 of them. Man, who would think that we have an 18-inning game? I can't believe it. Magic Sixers over, 224.5 up to 229.5. Flew over the total.
Oh, some of these games do in the NBA.
And Maxey and Edgecombe, I know. Bulls Hawks, 237 up to 243.5. Remember, 14 of the first 16 went over, and they continue to go over. Celtics +2 to -4. Guys out for the Pelicans, I missed that. Jazz +2 to -2. They win and cover in overtime. Markkanen with 50 points.
Yeah.
Another one. And the Nuggets, no Anthony Edwards from pick up to 6. They pounded Minnesota. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. This is a lose some, but what do you do here? The guy's flying, and he's trying to watch TV in front of him. He's got ESPN on. The guy in front of him is like putting his hands around his head, but he's doing it where it's over the guy's TV in his seat. Thinking crouching on his space.
Yeah, he's a space invader here.
Yeah, you got to say, knock it off and get his hands out of there.
Paul, can you even...
How do you do that?
I can't even...
You'd have to do something like
barely
this.
do it.
Yeah. He's got to be like, 6'6". Got to be a huge fella.
Well, that's a good scenario then. Hey, pal, get your damn hands off my TV.
Well, come on, though. You can't, you got to get out of my space, though. You can't do that. That's obnoxious. You're putting your hands over my, technically my seat or my TV, rather. I can't, you're blocking my screen.
Is there any chance, like, if you're with your girlfriend, wife, whomever, and they happen to have some, like, fingernail polish, whatever?
Do that.
Give me that little bottle. I'm going to lightly graze his finger. Come on, let's do this.
Like when the girl put her hair over and the girl put the gum in it?
Oh, boy.
That was a good one. Absolutely. You're going to like these today, Mitch. And as always, the viewers have been doing a great job sending them in. This guy hit the glass door once. So, make sure, he puts his paw. Is it there? Am I good? Okay, good. Yeah, just making sure. I ran into it once. That's enough. Is there space there? The glass door? But the fob? That is great? Yeah, good. Okay. Now you can bet me. It's okay. Right? I'm not going to run into that thing again. No way. And this guy, he has to get a little running start and get psyched up to jump on the bed. Watch his little routine here. Hey, pitter patter. Coming in. Got to get ready. Start. I can do this. No, I can. And up there. There we go.
Okay.
A little routine coming up on the bed. Got to get psyched up. That's great. Oh, I love it. I'll put those up later at Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. 2 bad beats in the football game. Isaiah! Our buddy Isaiah here had Kelsey, 100 yards and a touchdown, plus 850. What do you have, 99 in the middle of the third quarter?
Yeah.
Nothing the rest of the way?
No, that was it. Shut it down.
I can't stand the guy. He doesn't even run a route. He doesn't even run routes. And say, we forgot about him again.
Yep.
Here's 30 yards. Doesn't do anything.
Like, what's the game plan here by the defenses, right? He's 36. He's not going to beat us. Oh, we just got beat by Kelsey again.
Yep. And Mariota over rushing yards. Are you kidding me? He had it, and then he fumbled, and it went backwards, so you mark it where the ball went out of bounds.
You can't make this stuff up.
I
Paul.
know. So he goes from over to under because he fumbled. Come on.
My buddy had over 28.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it too.
Oh, gee.
Can't believe it. Now, good job by Warren Sharp. The rushing attempts was easy. What he did. For the line move, Sharp Place is already there. They don't just follow the market. They help move it. You're not going to outsmart billion-dollar books or full-time Sharps on your own. With the Sharp Plays, you don't have to. Jeff and the crew been at it since 2011 with Follow the Money since day one. Look for the Mr. Poison tweets as well every Sunday. Documented results, public logs, transparent receipts. SharpPlays.com. Trusted by pros and watched by the books. SharpPlays.com.
All right, so the NBA card tonight. 5 games on the slate. The Knicks are playing at the Bucks. Here we go. NBC again tonight, right?
Well, yeah, we also have an 8 o'clock Pacific start.
Yeah.
Because with the new TV deals and, yeah, an 8 o'clock Pacific NBC game.
Milwaukee is 14-2 to the over, playing at home in the one-day rest scenario since last January. That's the spot that they're in here, taking on a Knicks team. Karl Anthony Towns, opted AI stats at VSiN.com. They're projecting almost 14.5 rebounds for him. Or check that. I'm sorry, it goes the other way. They're projecting him to go under 12.5 by 1.8 rebounds. And we got to go back to the well one more time with Derry Bird. Mm-hmm. AJ Green, he has cashed his 3-point prop in every game. Now
and points over.
Yep. He opened up with a 3-point prop last night at about minus 114. You can grab him right now at plus money to go over 2.5 made threes. My one concern is this. I thought he was still going to have a higher volume. He's not getting like 8-10 threes a game. However, he is shooting at an incredible rate. The guy is dead-eye dick out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if he could get, if they could ramp that up to a good 8-10 threes a game, then we're talking about ladder props with the guy.
I can't get there with Washington, even though it's the third game in 4 nights for Philly. They're on a 4-15 ATS run in that scenario. Maxey, every game he's gone over his points. Every game he's gone over his points, rebounds, and assists. Edgecombe has gone over PRA every game. For rebounds, Hartenstein, 4-0 to the over. Zubac, 3-0 to the under. Bridges, 3-0 to the over. And Maxey Maxey's also gone over his threes every game.
Yes.
And Ball has gone over his threes every game as well. And check those out with the prop analyzer at VSiN.com as always for all these games as well. Freak, also 3-0 to the over. He's averaging 36, 16, and 7 so far as they take on the Knicks in a big one coming up. You're right.
So the only prop that I have so far would be the AJ Green 3-point prop over. Let me give you this as a future to look at. I think DraftKings will repost this at some point during the day. I did not see it earlier this morning, but we talked about how they were offering players to make first-team NBA with Victor Wembanyama, and he was plus 220 to begin the year. Is there an angle or a path here where Maxey could land on the first team?
Yeah.
He's got to beat out just a ton of great guards. But what if he carries this team to, fill in the blank with a nice number of wins, and they're a pretty decent seed in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference? His numbers are video game numbers at this point. Probably a little unsustainable, but I know the volume's going to be there for him. He'll take 10, 15 threes a game. Doesn't matter to him.
Yeah.
And he goes to the free throw line a lot.
Yeah, I think that's possible. The other stuff is the the Wembanyama hype, and rightfully so. He is now he is the second choice to win MVP, plus 275. Man,
how high are you on the Spurs right now?
I'm just all in on everything Wembanyama related, just because of the quotes and how he's all about bully ball now too.
Yeah,
which he should be. He's embracing bully ball and knocking off the threes and using his height and getting to the basket. And you just see how he's changed his game and how efficient and the touchdown low. It's not fair.
He was working a lot with Akeem during the offseason. That obviously is paying off at this point. DraftKings offers teams to meet in the conference finals.
All right.
So, for example, the short shot on the board obviously is OKC and Denver. But how about like OKC, Spurs 22-1, or Denver and San Antonio 65-1?
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know. Like, what's their...
Do this because Harper's off to a good start as
Very
well.
good. JVT likes him Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But what's their...
Well, you got to throw out Flag. The way, he got benched. I mean, his price was ridiculous.
Well, you're not going to bet that anyway. Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure, but it opens things up because Flag's been weak.
So we kicked around today on Pod of the Future. Is going to be out. It's actually available right now wherever you get your podcasts at. Like, what's the ceiling for the seed for the Spurs? Can they get a top 6 seed?
Absolutely.
I would agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
With injuries and load management and all, yes.
Anthony Curtis on the program coming up next. We'll talk contests with him, and he attended the annual Blackjack Ball over the weekend, a gathering featuring some of the best gamblers in the world. What stood out to him this year? We'll ask him coming up next.